Hello, soul searchers, and welcome back to my channel where we use tarot to gain better insight into ourselves and the world around us. So, as you can see, today we will be doing something a little different. I'm going to be basically doing a first impressions review of the Tarot of Landscapes. Y'all know, look, this is a little sidebar. I will put timestamps in the description box if you just want to forward to the flip through, the review, the whatever. But let me kiki with y'all for a little second. For those who want to be here just to bond with me. Y'all know I've been working with the Chief of Shields, right? And he has been on my ass about using stuff and like actually using and connecting with the stuff that I buy, which I thought I was doing better about, but I opened this deck, right? Like I just took the packaging off of it and something told me to go look at my Amazon account and figure out when I purchased this. Y'all, I purchased this back in March 2025. Why the hell am I just now breaking it open? I have no clue. But yeah, he's been on me and now I see why. So I think in honor of him, I need to put myself on another no-buy, at least for the end of this year. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, so that's basically like a hell yeah. At least until the end of this year, like put myself on a no-buy for tarot decks or oracle decks and makeup. Unless it's like mascara or eyeliner or something that I like legitimately need to re-up on. I think that's my takeaway from working with the Chief of Shields. Anyway, y'all know I don't normally do reviews. I have like a couple of deck reviews on my channel, but even then it's normally decks that I've like bonded with and connected with a little bit. This one is brand new. I haven't looked at anything, so we're just gonna do it together. This did come with plastic wrap on it. I went ahead and took that part off because, you know, I didn't want to be fighting on camera with the plastic wrap. And it is basically a pretty sturdy cardboard box. I mean, presumably, like, I haven't tried to crush it under my tire or anything, but it feels sturdy. This is actually slightly different packaging from a lot of these. A lot of them will like flip from the side, but this one actually comes out of the bottom. And then we have the beautiful guidebook here. Ooh, and it's like a full color guidebook too. Ooh, octopus. I'm intrigued. I mean, obviously I bought it. When I bought it, I was intrigued. I don't know why it took me so long to get here. Whatever. Pretty thorough guidebook from the looks of it. I mean, as thorough as it can be being this small. And then, of course, we have the cards themselves. So, oh, and the cards come in their own separate box. Very interesting. I don't normally see that. All right. Well, here. What I normally do when I'm cleansing a tarot deck, which I always do if I'm using it for the first time, is I will use Palo Santo and the smoke of the Palo Santo to basically cleanse it. The other night, I cleansed a Santa Muerte Oracle deck, and that one seemed to want to be cleansed by water, so I used water instead, like just little sprinkles of it, but usually it's smoke. So that's what we're going to do here. Seeing 515 on the camera. I don't know if I'm going to keep this box, to be honest with you. It seems like so much packaging. I'm going to keep it for now, for sure. But, alright. And then I am going to flip this over so that it is a surprise. And then instead of having to hold this the whole time, there is smoke coming out of it. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm just going to like hold the card over it and cleanse it that way. Hello. Okay, so we just did a little flip through of the tarot landscapes, and I do not regret that purchase at all. I'm afraid to say I'm in love, but one thing I do love about a tarot deck, one thing that a tarot deck can do well to win me over is to make me think about any card differently to deepen my knowledge. And with some of these cards, I immediately got intuitive hits, different questions, different insights, like the Tower. Bro, did anybody peep the Tower? Also, the Wheel of Fortune being not even a freaking landscape, like not even being on Earth, but being in the galaxy. Yes. But the Tower, bro. Also, the Devil. Like, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm always curious to see what the Devil is going to look like, because of course the Devil is ruled by Capricorn. If you didn't know, now you know. This one also kind of got me, and it's going to make me think about the Devil a little differently. I also have like deep resonance with deer. So the fact that the Devil is a deer on this, or is that a... It's when I start looking at animal tarot decks that I realize how much I don't know about animals, actually. Anyway, the Tower, y'all. Are y'all peeping what happened here? This is like when a crater hits the earth, and the artist is basically showing like the after effects of a crater or a meteor or something hitting the earth. That's what it's called, a meteor. Something huge hitting the earth, creating a crater, which is basically like a gaping pit in the earth for a long time, and then new life starts to crop up around that pit, that crater that was created. And that's basically what is being exhibited here. So very beautiful. It definitely makes sense for the tarot card to be depicted that way, but I think that's just a very beautiful depiction. The Three of Swords being the freaking polar bear just almost broke me, because I don't even want to talk about it. That's one that I've always been passionate about for some strange reason. I don't know why specifically polar bears, but their plight in the world right now, like, bro. Ugh, it's like crushing. Ace of Swords being the iceberg, loved it. There were just so many cards, like so many cards from the jump. As soon as I saw the Ten of Pentacles too, I was like, I have to think about that, cause a lot of the sword suit got me. Like the Eight of Swords was depicted a little differently, made me want to reflect. Seven of Swords was depicted differently, made me want to reflect. Like, this deck is already doing so much for me intuitively. I'm really excited to connect with this one on a deeper level. I'm also, maybe I'm just dumb, but when I read Tarot of Landscapes, I wasn't expecting to see so many animals. Like, I really wasn't expecting it to be animal oriented, but I guess I can see why the artist and the author did that, because yeah, the animals are tied to the land, same as humans are, same as plants are. Like, that would be like asking to see a tarot of landscapes without plants, flora, fauna. Like, that's what life is. But I don't know, I'm so used to taking tarot decks more literally for what they say on the surface that I just wasn't thinking about all the animals that would be featured in this deck. And I love that that was added. I'm talking fast because I'm excited. Also, I've had a lot of caffeine. I'm on my 3rd cup of caffeine. No shame. I worked my 2nd job tonight, and I've been recording for y'all, working my 1st job. Your girl is tired. Please subscribe. Please subscribe so that I can do this full time. Anyway, let's go ahead and speak with the Tarot of Landscapes just to see what card wants to come out. I will say cardstock is really, let me put this down really quick. Really nice. It's like a mass market material. Excuse me. Yeah, it's like mass market material. Not too thin, I don't think. I'm seeing 444 on the camera, if that's relevant. If you've been seeing that, you might want to get it. But yeah, it's a nice sturdy little cardstock. So let's go ahead. And also the backs. I don't even know if y'all could really see that. It's more blue. My lamp is kind of diluting the color. But anyway, let's just go ahead and see what the Tarot of Landscapes wants to tell us today. What message do we need to hear? And then I will read the message out of... Whoop. Both of those fell face down. So, you know what? Let's just do a full-fledged reading. Because, sure. All right. So, the Hierophant. Ooh. Heavy. I'm not going to call it heavy energy, but it is kind of. I mean, Hierophant is basically talking about structures, systems, our society, how we organize ourselves as a collective. Interesting that it's coming out that way. Hierophant is generally depicted as a priest or a pope. And so it kind of feels like heavy weighs the head that lies the crown. Yeah, heavy weighs the head that lies the crown. But with this, I'm kind of getting that we all wear the crown. And so the responsibility, the weight is on all of us. Something about this, obviously, it's the Tarot of Landscapes. It's an animal and landscape-based deck. So it's definitely giving environmental activism vibes. If you're into that, I think this might be your deck. I think you might connect with this one. Sorry, I clicked out of the video. I stopped recording, and then for some reason I do just want to say, I know a lot of you are probably going to think that I'm picking up on the environmental activism because it's of course a nature deck. It's landscapes, creatures, animals, all of the good stuff. Let me just say I do have three other animal decks that I can think of. I have a lot of decks, you guys. I have at least 3 other decks that I can think of, and none of them came with that sort of energy. I also have an Herb Crafter's Tarot, so that's like the plant-based tarot deck. I have a lot of nature-based decks, and that I can recall, none of them have given me an environmental activism sort of vibe. So that is very specific to this one. It's not just because it's a nature deck. I just wanted to clear that up because I know that would be like a natural association that you make with a nature-based deck, but that's not the vibe that all of them give me. So I just wanted to go ahead and say that really quickly for the camera. I do connect with that in very like subtle ways. I try to take note of my impact, but you know, bullshit starts at the top and trickles down. However, that is not an excuse. This is basically saying that the responsibility lies with all of us to just be better, you know, in whatever way that means. Definitely environmentally, but wherever you have authority, wherever you can control your input, output, whatever, just it lies with all of us is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. I will read this from the book really quick. Let me see what fell face down. To me, whenever cards land face down, that just represents what we're walking away from, because it fell face down on the floor. Now this is a set of 3. So I don't know if I'm going to read all of those. This is the Page of Wands. There's a lot about, as I look at this, there's a lot about leveling up, because this looks like a squirrel of sorts, and squirrels would normally be climbing up this tree. But there's something about this that's like leveling up, no longer looking at things with rose-colored glasses, and I don't know, kind of like there's a sense of kind of losing some of the magic. Not even losing the magic, losing the illusion. And I think that could feel sad for some people. I don't know exactly what that's referring to, but that's just the vibe that I get. Okay, 8, 9, and 10 of Wands as well. So I probably didn't shuffle that well because Page of Wands comes after the 10 of Wands, but this 9 of Wands was really intriguing to me too. It did catch my attention. So it's almost like this is kind of clarifying this Page of Wands a little bit, if I'm being... I mean, number one, I may not have shuffled the best. It was a very quick shuffle, but also it does kind of feel like it's kind of piggybacking off of the Page of Wands to clarify. It's like this is Page of Wands energy. It's just very intrigued, starstruck sort of energy. And then this Nine of Wands, it does talk about being guarded. There's also something about being hidden kind of coming through with this. Obviously, it's just very shadowy. These are like drastically different energies, just even visually, right? And then Ten of Wands is that weight. Ten of Wands talks about feeling burdened, feeling heavy, and yeah, that's literally kind of what I was picking up on between the Page of Wands and the Hierophant. There's this sense of like, we can no longer ignore things. We can no longer just sugarcoat things. We can no longer look at things with rose-colored glasses. We really have to take accountability and take authority in the places where we can. This isn't saying like no one person can do everything, but everyone can do something is the energy that's coming through. This absolutely, if you're into, if you're into environmental activism, if you're into potentially any kind of activism, any sort of like global social awareness that you're into, I feel like this would be a good deck. I feel like you would like it, specifically for the environment, but even there's something about how that even expands outward. So I love this. I'm already loving this deck. Let me just go ahead and read the Hierophant out of the book because that was the first card that we got. I don't know. I feel like this deck is almost calling to people like, if you're into this, connect with me. All right. So for the major arcana, I'm noticing that the guidebook does like full pictures. And then for the minors, it's these smaller photos. And then you also, you also tend to get a longer write-up for the major as well. So let's go ahead and read. Two chickadees sing and flit around a large oak tree that dominates the scene from a hill. I didn't really notice them, but yeah, they're here. The trunk is vast, and a strange little door could open a path to new hidden worlds. This is a sacred path to climb to, leaving the city and the fog behind, reconnecting with the same spontaneity as a little spring bird to the fundamental teachings of life, encountering others, embracing family traditions, and discovering others taking root. The landscape of the Hierophant, you are in the arms of the most authentic masters who can teach you how you are connected to each and every element of life, even when you speak different languages. Learning does not mean blindly obeying, but rather touching the limits of all knowledge, taking to heart what is handed down to you without judgment and with care, and finally lifting your roots to walk onward, beyond the human, the tree, the animal, and toward brother or sister. Okay, so, and then it also gives like positive keywords for each card. So positive keywords are blessing and sharing knowledge. Negative is bigotry and spiritual crisis. This deck is beautiful. I'm really excited to connect with this more. I'm all up in my feels now. I will put my link down below. It was once upon a time an affiliate link. I don't think I'm still an Amazon affiliate because I didn't have enough people clicking my links or giving me enough activity. So I'm gonna post a link anyway. And, you know, if you're interested, feel free to use it. It's interesting that this deck is talking so much to me about the environment, and I'm about to post an Amazon link. Believe me, the irony is not lost on me. The irony is not lost on me. We're all supporting at least one shit company, and that is mine. I don't shop Walmart. I don't shop Target. So Amazon is mine. And honestly, I could probably slow down on that if I'm being honest. But anyway, that is tarot. It doesn't even say tarot of landscapes. It just says tarot landscapes. All right, so that is tarot landscapes. Let me know how you guys like this deck. Will y'all be trying it out? Will you be buying it for yourself? Or is it something you're probably gonna leave alone for now? Let me know what you would like me to review next. And if I already have it, I will absolutely review it. As I said, I will be on a no-buy for tarot decks until the end of 2026 at least. So there is one exception. There is one deck that I would make that exception for if it came back, but I don't know if it will. So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please consider sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, Any sort of free support helps. I am truly grateful for you and your time, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. Until then, I will see you later, soul searchers.